What's up, people? As you know, this is Agent Cory Banks Realtor 007. Be the bank. And with that, of course, we have Sheri Mitchell and Renard Owens. And I would like to, introduce these guys so you can get to know a little bit about who they are and what they do and some of the things that we're going to talk about on the event or at the event on April 26th in Towson. So first, Sheri, Renard, how's everyone?
Good.
Great. Excited for this opportunity, to talk about investing in mortgage notes and just, business and real estate in general. So it's great.
Well, anytime we get to talk about real estate, it's like we just go on and we get excited. We're like kids in the candy store,
Exactly.
So
Right.
I guess let me start off with Sheri, right? So,
All right.
I told the people, Sheri, I said, look, Sheri Mitchell has raised over $1 million when it comes to private money. So let's talk about that.
Well, actually, Cory, it's more than $1 million. About $1 million in one year to finance deals. In this market, these properties, to purchase a property and renovate a property, you're dealing with some big numbers. So,
Right.
yeah, I had to up the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all come with your best game. Like right now, we're gonna go in depth at the event on April 26th. Tell me, what are some of the things we can expect, or some of the things people should know without going into too much detail? What are some of the things that people should know when it comes to private money investing?
That it can be very similar to getting a loan from a bank or other financial institution. There are requirements, there are stipulations, and you do have to repay these loans. And
Right.
and interest and potentially points, but there's a lot of more flexibility. So you definitely have to understand that. And also, a lot of times you will need to identify a property, have a property identified that you want to invest in. And you have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, because you are asking people, for money, and sometimes large quantities, right?
Yeah, and I think with that, it's two misconceptions with that, right? I think the first misconception is nobody has money, or the people that you have around you may not have money, right?
Exactly.
And I think that's one of the things that we're going to talk about at the event, to show people where they have money. And then in many cases, you have people that have access to money but don't know that they have access to money. They're like, I don't have it, right?
Mm-hmm. Right. And there are one of the things we'll talk about is sharing with people where who has money. Right. Where do they have this money? How can they access this money? Because there are a lot of avenues, venues that people don't typically think about, that you can either already exist or that they can establish, that will not only give them access to money, but get a much higher return on that investment.
Yeah. And what about, like, and normally we think in terms of, we need people that have like 100,000 or like $1 million in funds. Like, what do you have to say to that, and some of these people that you're looking for when it comes to private money?
That we like all money. All money is good money. So that's like joking, but you don't have to have $100,000, $200,000 to make more money off of your money.
What if I had $10,000?
Yeah, if you have $10,000, you have $20,000.
Okay.
that can be put to good use. We can talk about how, and even if you have less, what, because there's an advantage. If you have less than 10,000, first you might be able to help get someone to closing. So we can talk about things like that as well.
Okay.
And then you can, yeah.
So okay, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Cory.
So you're saying if I had less than 10,000, you have strategies to still make money. Me being a private money investor, still you have strategies to make money using less than $10,000 or leveraging less than $10,000.
Yes.
Okay. So now here's the thing. So here's how we flip this, right? So now we've raised our private money. We have these different strategies, right? So now we call Renard as well. And Renard is like, look, if you have money, you can invest in some of these banknotes and flip those too. Let's talk about it, Renard. How can we flip our money? Like we're investing in banknotes. Let's talk a little bit about that.
So, investing in banknotes to me is one of the, best investment vehicles out there. The beautiful thing about real estate, you can make money in different ways. It's a broad, spectrum, right?
Right.
And so everybody have their niche. But the beautiful thing about banknotes and what you'll learn is that you're the beginning cause of, a lot of times getting a property before it goes to foreclosure, before it becomes an REO and all that stuff. So you're the beginning point of that, and so that's the beautiful thing about that. And so once I learned that, and I learned that I was able to get deals at, 50 cents on a dollar, and, I realized my profit margin, because I'm getting at a huge discount.
Time out. You said 50 cents on a dollar?
50 cents on a dollar, sometimes even better than that. If I leverage the relationship that I have, I might even get it better than that. And so, it's a lot of opportunity, and for me to, realize a great profit margin for myself or for my joint venture partners that might be investing with me, and so for instance, if I got a deal, I'm getting it at a discount because the reason why banks and hedge funds are selling these banknotes at a discount is because they're not performing. They stop paying on it. And so now they're selling it at a discount to people like me on the secondary market. So once I get it, and if I structured my business in a certain way, just like any other real estate deal, how you have wholesalers, you have buyers lists. I have note buyers that's looking for deals, and so then I'm able to, flip my notes to them for a profit. So if I'm getting it at 50 cents on a dollar, say if I bought a note for 20,000, right? I already know there's a lot of room in there for, a profit margin. And I want to turn. So I learned money is attracted to speed and velocity. So I buy it for 20 today. I turn around and flip it to a note investor for 25 or 30, a couple of days from now, a week from now,
But Renard, here's the thing though, right? From my understanding, and I'm speaking, of course, I know, but I'm speaking from like the masses, right? So from my understanding, you have to be another bank, or banks only sell these banknotes to other banks. So how is an individual can buy banknotes? Is that possible?
Yes, an individual can buy banknotes. So part of that statement is true. But again, so in 2008, 2009, we had the mortgage crisis. So before people like us was locked out, right? Because this is Wall Street, big secret. Wall Street made their money this way. And the little guy was closed off. Well, when the mortgage crisis came and the banks were bailed out, the Wall Street secret got out. And
oh man, we lost for now, but he'll be back. But he said one thing though, Sheri. He said one thing. He mentioned relationships, and relationships with investing in banknotes is a powerful thing, and also private money and raising private money. So how important are relationships when it comes to raising private money?
It's very important. One is your performance.
Apologize for that. I got kicked off the phone. Sorry about that.
No, it's all right. We went right into relationships since you did mention relationships,
Yeah.
and Sheri was talking about the power of relationships and with investing or raising private funds. And I'm gonna kick it over to you after relationships
Okay.
in regards to with banknotes. But go ahead, Sheri.
Oh, no, I was just saying that it's very important, building those relationships and follow up and performance that,
Mm-hmm.
and that people are aware of what you do, and that you are committed, to performing not only on the house that you're purchasing, and providing value back to them, and just making sure that you're also keeping folks informed of what you're doing, and the details kind of upfront so they know what to expect. But definitely the relationships that are built over time and how you perform ongoing are very important.
Okay. And now, when it comes to relationships on the banknote side of it, how does that work? How powerful and how are you able to work your relationships with that?
Yeah, that's essential. So like I was saying prior, part of that's true, banks sell to banks, right? But, that's the misconception that, an individual can't buy a banknote, right? So it's about relationships. It's about you being connected to the source of inventory, right? So in the note space, he who has inventory is king and queen, right? So if you have access to, a hedge fund, access to banks that are liquidating notes through you or being able to access that, then you're in a good space because you'll be able to get deals, right? And so it's all about relationships and who you are connected to. Are you directly connected to a source of inventory or multiple sources of inventory where you have deal flow? And that's what's important, in the note space, because so many want to get in the note space, don't know how to, and don't know how to access the inventory.
Right. So, look, that's a lot of information in a very little bit of I can't get my words out. But I'm gonna say it again because that's a lot of information in a very small amount of time, right? And I don't want you guys to give too much away, but on April 26th in Towson at 6:30 at Keller Williams Legacy, and the address is 1104 Kenilworth Drive, Suite 400 in Towson. 6:30 Tuesday, April 26th. We're gonna have the event, and it's called "What If You Could Be the Bank," and we're gonna talk about raising private funds and not using your credit. Like Sheri has raised over $1 million in 1 year and used none of her credit. Am I correct, Sheri?
You are correct.
And then you have my man Renard, who is showing investors how to buy and sell profit off of banknotes. And he is not the bank. Understand, being the bank, you're not fixing toilets. You're not dealing with maintenance repairs. When was the last time you fixed a toilet, Renard?
I don't. I try not to deal with the 4 T's at all. Tenants, toilets, trash, and termites. I don't deal with it at all as a note investor.
Exactly. How often has your bank come to fix anything at your house? So, and these are the things that we're talking about. What if you could be the bank? Got Sheri Mitchell, my man Renard Owens, April 26th, Tuesday, April 26th in Towson, Keller. I'm just I was doing okay. And you know what? I don't think I'm gonna edit that. I'm gonna just leave it right there. But it is Tuesday, April 26th in Towson at Keller Williams Legacy, 1104 Kenilworth Drive, Suite 400 at 6:30. And we're gonna go dig deep into this. So I'm gonna put a link to register for the event and the captions. Make sure you click the link and come get some of what we got. Any last comments for you guys?
I look forward to it and to see you on the 26th.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me too. Come find out how to make money.
Exactly. So I appreciate you guys. Of course I'll call you guys later. And if you're watching this, I'll see you on Tuesday, April 26th. All right. So until then, have an amazing day, and I'll check you later. All right.
All right. Have a good one. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
All right.